Hey YouTubers, it's Tony with Mayberry Mini Trucks. Today is May 9th, 2023, and we have a video of a Mitsubishi that we're doing today. This is just a very nice work truck, low miles, but so this is a good example of what got me into mini trucks because I have the Kawasaki Mule to thank for being in the mini truck business. My Kawasaki Mule kept breaking over and over and over, and it was just such a light duty vehicle. I learned that I was not fit with the correct vehicle. And so I looked around, this is 13 years ago, and finally found out about the Japanese mini truck, but they were all just really, really worn out. So I couldn't find a decent mini truck. And then I said, well, I'm going to import some because I'd already imported previously um, other things. And and then just fell in love with the mini truck. And so this is kind of like the mini truck that would have been a good fit for me because we had, we raised pigs, we had dairy cows, honeybees, a market garden, um, and um, and so we kind of had our little homesteading operation going on, and we needed a real work vehicle, and that's what this is. So this is MT2992 is the stock number. It's a four-wheel drive, four-speed with high and low transfer case. It has 17,387 miles and it's $7,900 and it has a title. So let's check this truck out. I like the Mitsubishis because they always have a two-speed transfer case. That is an indication to me that the engineers at the company had a little more say so. Because no marketing person would ever say, let's put two-speed transfer cases in every truck. That's more um, of a decision that would be made by somebody who um, was more interested in function and instead of, fashion, perhaps is the way to say it. So let's look at the front of this vehicle. Very straight. It does have just a little touch of rust right there, not bad. This is a weep hole from the factory, and this is a weep hole from the factory, just to let out moisture. And a little touch of surface right there also. Um, as far as the door is concerned, you are looking at a clean door with no damage. It's just a tiny little scuff mark right there. The tires look good. They're good. I mean, they're not, you know, gonna win any awards for impressiveness, but they've got good tread and they're good tires. The bed side is very straight. You can see the reflection, and the tailgate does have a ding right there. But other than that, I believe that's it. This is drip marks. I did wash this truck before the video, and so some of the water is still dripping. So, but the side of the bed is beautiful, very, very straight. The interior of the bed looks great. So, you've got some scratches in the paint, of course. The truck has been used, but it's not really that bad. The engine cover scratches, but no cancer. And the whole bed is kind of the same way. Scratches, but no cancer. Now, coming down the passenger door, it is completely straight. Very nice. Now let's look under the truck. Let's see what it looks like under here. Looks pretty nice. They've got a heat shield under there, so you can't. Let's go around and look underneath. I don't think there's a heat shield over there. They've got a heat shield because the exhaust runs on that side of the truck. There we go. That looks nice. So, just some surface rust, but there's the, looks nice. Okay, so I believe that, and the bumper looks good. Just a little chalky, but it looks good. Wheels and tires on this side look good. A little dirty. All right, now let's look at the interior. So inside the truck, we have a very small seat split right there. Give you the context. It's about 4 inches long. The other seat looks very good. The door panels look good. Actually, the door panel over there, kind of, you can see where it was over the pressed board, but it's kind of flipped over. Little scratch right there. There's the kilometers. So this had air conditioning. I'm sure it doesn't work because we're not listing this as having air conditioning. So we'll try it, but I'm 100%, I mean, there's no way. Well, it does sound like. I'm sticking with it. That air does not work. I'd be very surprised. Under here, it looks really good. You can see it's just glue marks and no rust. Now, let's take it for a drive. Looks really good over here too. Same problem actually. On the door, that little piece of plastic came off the press board, but very minor. All right, now let's go ahead and take this for a test drive. It's in two-wheel drive. To put a Mitsubishi in four-wheel drive, you just push this button right here, and then you'll notice that light illuminates. Now I'm going to push that button again, and then the light shuts off. That means you're back in two-wheel drive. To go into low range, you push the button, put it in four-wheel drive, and then you pull this up, and now you'll go super slow. But that's not what we're doing. We're going to be driving on the road, so we want it in two-wheel high. Now this truck does not have a headliner. So somebody took off the headliner and, it's just a piece of plastic that gets glued to it. And it apparently over the last 25 years fell down and they just took it out. And that's not the most uncommon thing in the world to see the headliner come disattached. So now, let's go ahead and do a little U-turn here. Okay. So, we're just cruising along here, two-wheel drive, and I'm going to go and give this a test drive where you go up the hill and try to accelerate in fourth gear. And we'll make a U-turn right here. All right, now we're in second gear. Now we're in third gear. Now we're in fourth gear. And let's see what this does. Climbing the hill. We're currently going, 30 miles per hour. Well, now we're going more because we're accelerating, which is what we want to see. So we're accelerating up this steep hill. This is a steep hill, and we're going, you know, so that's what you want to see. That's exactly what you want to see. You want to accelerate up the hill when you are in fourth gear, starting out at a slow speed, which we did, and then we accelerated up the hill, going uphill, steep hill, and that's a good sign. Mitsubishis are definitely your utilitarian, proletariat work vehicle, and they're pretty low complaint vehicles. They do serve pretty well, and they like to fly through the RPMs. Actually, Mitsubishis have the most knee room. I need to do a video showing, and they have the most belly room too. So they have the most belly room and the most knee room. So if you're 6'5", you're probably going to get a Mitsubishi. Subarus have the second most knee room and the second most belly room, but Mitsubishis are the primary vehicle when it comes to room. And the reason for that is simple. It's just because the dashboard is further forward. So everything is further forward in a Mitsubishi, so you have more room. So anyway, that concludes our video. If you are interested in this truck, well, first, the this is a video for somebody who's gonna see if they're interested in this truck. If he wants to buy it, then he'll have first crack at it. If he doesn't, if he says this isn't a good truck for me, then it will be for sale. Our phone number is 336-777-9957. Our email address is sales@mayberryminitrucks.com, and our website is mayberryminitrucks.com. This truck has been fully serviced with full synthetic 5W30 engine oil, a new oil filter, a new air filter. We've checked the front differential fluid, the rear differential, the transfer case, the transmission fluid, all 80W90 gear oil, regular conventional 80W90 gear oil. And we've checked the antifreeze, the brake fluid, and we make sure that it runs well. That we have a nice service department, a good guy, and three other mechanics who do the regular routine work. But if the four-wheel drive doesn't work, we fix it. If the heat doesn't work, we fix it. If it doesn't idle properly or run properly at normal operating temperature, we fix that. And that way, the customer does not have to deal with an issue. Not that nothing ever pops up. If something does come up, we try to service what we sell. And I feel like that's the right way to operate a business, not just sell something, but with something like this, where it's very specialized, you really need to know how to work on them. And I'm glad to say that we do that. So thank you for watching our video.